Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this Banner Year Treat Tube gift box. This little gift box is sized perfectly to fit this fun little treat tube that I found on Amazon. I filled this with whatever I had in my stash. I had some Jelly Bellies on hand, but so many other treats and fun things would fit in here. Hot chocolate, Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, tea, all kinds of fun stuff. I know you guys will come up with so many different ideas, but I love how quick and easy this is. They kind of have milk carton ends here. And all you need is about a half sheet of cardstock to make this treat box. So let me show you how easy this is to make. I'm going to start with a piece of basic black that measures 8 inches by 5.5 inches. You can get 2 of these out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11. And along the 5.5 inch side, I'm going to score this at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, and 5. I'm going to rotate it to the long side, or the 8 inch side, and we're going to score this at 1/2 inch and 1 1/2 inches. I'm going to rotate it 180 and do the same thing, 1/2 inch and 1 1/2. Then I'm going to rotate it back to the 5.5 inch side, and I'm going to make short score lines at 1 7/8, but only down to that first score line, and 4 3/8, only down to that first score line. Then I'm going to flip the cardstock and we'll do the same thing, 1 7/8 to the first score line and 4 3/8. So when you look at your score lines, you'll see we've got these short ones. Those are going to help us with the next diagonal score lines. Holding onto my stylus from the Simply Scored, I'm going to come in and let me bring in the template here. We're going to do these diagonal score lines using those short score lines as our guide. That is where I'm going to start my stylus. So for example, on the template here, I'm going to put my stylus right there at the bottom of that short score line, bring my ruler to it, and then score on the diagonal like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so that's what our diagonal score lines look like now. Next, I'm going to fold and burnish on all the score lines that go all the way across the paper. And then on these little smaller sections, I'm actually going to fold those backwards. All right, so now that that's done, we only have just a little bit of cutting to do, and you'll see that here, just on this little 1/2 inch section. I'm just going to cut off a little bit of an angle cut here. Real easy. Just like that. Now, before we put our treat box together, I am going to come in with Designer Series paper. This is the Magic in This Night Designer Series paper. I love this pattern. I think you can see there's flowers, but then there's also cobwebs kind of hidden in the pattern. Just a beautiful pattern. These pieces measure 1 1/8 by 4 7/8, and again, I've got 4 pieces. I'm going to use liquid glue and glue these panels down. There we go. How cool does that look? Now I'm going to run tear and tape right along this 1/2 inch section, and I'm going to run it right up to the score line here as opposed to the edge of the cardstock. Go ahead and burnish that down, and then I'll pull that off with my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to fold on the second score line from the left, so that's our tear and tape side, and the first score line from the right, and just press that into place. Okay, so now I'm going to pinch here. I've got my diagonal score lines here on the side. I'm putting my index fingers right where those short score lines are, and then using my thumbs and middle fingers to just pinch. And because we did those score lines, it just pinches perfectly. And then we'll do the same thing to the opposite side here. Cute. All right, now I opted to just use a mini stapler. You can use a stapler, you could use tear and tape, liquid glue, but I'm going to staple one end of the treat box, like so. And then we can put our treat tube in from the other side, like so, and it's a perfect fit in there. Then I can come in and staple the other side. All right, now let's go ahead and decorate. I'm just paying attention to where the seam is. And we're gonna be using the fabulous $36 Banner Year Bundle. I love this Banners Pick-a-Punch. I love the stamp set because you can use it for so many different occasions. We're gonna be using the pumpkin and the jack-o'-lantern face, the sentiment Happy Haunting, and we're going to use Cajun Craze and Basic Black. I also have 2 pieces of cardstock. I've got Basic Black that measures just under 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. And when I say just under, it's just a hair less than 3/4 of an inch, so that'll fit in the tray in the punch. And then this piece of Whisper White is just under 1 inch by 3 inches. So bringing in the Banners Pick-a-Punch, I am going to take the Basic Black and feed it into the banner end side. That's this one. I do like to flip it over and just make sure that that is centered. I know that's probably impossible to see because it's black. And I'll just flip that around. And then we've got 2 banner ends on that piece. With the Whisper White, I'm going to do the pennant end. That's this one. And that one's going to, you'll see that it's going to catch a little bit. That's because it's the widest width. You just need to tuck it under just a little bit to get that to feed into the punch. And again, I'm going to flip this over and make sure that that's centered. How cool is that? Basically, there's 6 banners in one with that Banners Pick-a-Punch, depending on the width that you choose. So these are going to layer like so, but let's go ahead and do our stamping. All right, so I'm going to start with the pumpkin. I'm going to stamp that in Cajun Craze, but I'm also going to stamp that off once. So stamp Cajun Craze, stamp it off once onto a scrap piece of paper, and then I can stamp that right onto my banner here. Then I'm going to come in with the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm going to stamp the jack-o'-lantern face, then the stem and the leaf in black as well. And then the sentiment Happy Haunting in black. How cute is that? All right, using liquid glue, let's go ahead and glue down the Basic Black banner. I'm going to grab a trio of dimensionals, layer that down. And then I'm just going to grab a rhinestone for a little bit of added bling. And there we have our Banner Year Treat Tube gift box filled with a fun treat tube that you can put all kinds of fun treats in. And it's such a quick and easy project to make. Super easy to change up for different holidays, especially using the Banner Year bundle and different designer series papers and colors. I love a quick and easy project. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com, where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. And if you don't want to miss a thing, you can subscribe to receive blog updates via email, and you'll receive an email each time I publish a new post. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you're interested in a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is the ultimate bundle, and it's a great way to fill your wish list for less. I'd love to welcome you to the Stampin' Up! Family and the Paper Pixies, and you can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of our catalogs, you can order catalogs through me at thepaperpixie.com/catalogs. And if you give this cute project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag #PaperPixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.